Yay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey.
Well, welcome you all to our Concordia International Admissions Facebook Live. My name is Nina. This is Julia, and this is Lauren. We are all international admissions ambassador, and we are here to talk about the little tips that we think that are very cool that everyone should know when they do a Skype interview with us for the scholarship. Yes, so I guess we should start. Our first, well, we'll start with the 5 main points that we think are very important, and we'll continue with several little tips that we think are also very helpful too. So the first point that I want to mention is do your homework. It's something very basic, but is very essential in every interviews, be it for a job or a scholarship or a college acceptance program. So before going to interview, you should go to the college website and try to learn as many information as you can about the college history, about the different schools or departments within that college, any programs or activities that you find are interested. And even if you think that this professor that students is very cool, and you can reach out for them to ask about questions too, and that will help you appear to the college as a very aspiring student who is very interested in the college, and that definitely make you stand out from the crowd.
For sure. I totally agree, Nina. A second thing would be just be authentic. We truly want to get to know you and your personality and the way you are and the way you function. And so we want to know, why is this campus good for you? Why Concordia? And we kind of want you to express what your vision is when you're going to be a Concordia yourself, what your impact will be. What would you like to be involved with? Check out the different organizations or clubs on campus. You can find everything on our website. Check it out and look what you would be maybe interested in and talk about it, during your interview. Let's say you would like to be part of a student government association, and what are some of your ideas, for that? And yeah, just be authentic, very relaxed, and as much as maybe you can during an interview. And yeah, because we want to get to know you as a person.
Yeah, awesome. And then we'll also want you to kind of prepare, what do you want to do in the future? What do you aspire to do? What do you hope to do here at Concordia or after Concordia in the next 5 years? What kind of job do you see yourself doing after you're done with college? And kind of what Julia said, what do you see yourself while you're here? Do you want to be in organizations? Do you want to work on campus? Different things like that.
Awesome. Yes, thank you, Lauren. So our fourth point is definitely the most important part in the scholarship interview, which is your finance situation. So the financial situation of your family or yourself is something that can support you through the college, and something we want to know so that we can be sure that you are able to get through the 4 years of college effortlessly, because, well, be it may seem money is very important, because, well, you don't want to be worried too much about your financial situation while you study in college. That way, while we can understand more about your situation, we can figure out how to better help you and to provide the sufficient amount of scholarship that we think is going to help you through. So some finance questions such as how much can your family provide, or what financial hardship are you going through, things like that. You should definitely mention and be honest while you're talking about those issues.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would say definitely have this conversation with your parents or with your sponsors before the interview, so you're ready to answer all these questions. Um, our fifth thing would just be, be ready to prepare like some kind of questions and questions that you can ask one of our representatives during your interview. It's a great way. At the end of every single interview, you will get this question from your interviewer, like, do you have any questions for us? And it's really, really cool if you have some that you already have like prepared prior to coming to the interview, but it's also totally okay if some questions come up, during the interview as you're talking, and you ask that at the end, and it just looks really, really good, and it shows your interest and how really, really interested you are in the college or the position here. And so some of the tips I would say, so Lauren and I will be going through some of like the tips that we have for you, because many times these interviews go online through Skype or any other social media. Tidy your surroundings. That would be a big one. It really does make a difference. Dress smartly or kind of like a professionally. It really puts up your confidence and boosts your confidence and just looks better again. And as we already mentioned, we can't stress that enough. Familiarize yourself about our college or our values and missions. Make sure your web camera is angled right so we can see you and not everything else. Um, look at the camera and not maybe yourself. Try to be looking at the camera. It just again like makes a better impression. Try to sit up straight. Again, just boosts your confidence and looks great. And try and speak with clarity.
For sure. One thing I want to add is that besides familiarizing yourself with the college and all those information, you should definitely check your Skype application beforehand, just to make sure that everything is working and that you have already added the username, the Skype username of the college, and those technical issues might happen anytime.
Try not to be late.
Make sure you have the time correct and like the time change.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So some questions that you may be asked, one of them would be, tell us about yourself. So just kind of go through, not exactly like your day-to-day life, but things that make you unique. And what's your greatest strength? That's always a popular question. And what's your biggest weakness? This is, I think, the hardest question to be asked during an interview, because you don't obviously want to talk about your weaknesses, but make sure that you're honest, but you can kind of put a positive spin on your weaknesses. Why do you deserve this scholarship? So make sure that you prepare for all these questions in advance, and just kind of have some ideas of what you want to say in the back of your mind, because they're hard questions, and we want you to answer honestly and authentically, as we have talked about. And like I said earlier, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And then, do you have any questions for me? So the interviewer would ask that. But yeah, do you guys have any extra tips, since you guys both went through these interviews?
I was very fortunate. So I was studying here in Fargo, so I got to come to my interview personally. So that was great, just like seeing the representatives. Yeah, definitely. You know what? I did like the homework. I really cannot stress that one enough. Just doing the homework, I had literally like a list before my interview in my hands. And I knew, I was like, okay, these are the organizations that I would truly want to be part of. And I'm actually part of them even right now in my sophomore year. These are, like the clubs. These are maybe some of the major that I would like to go into. Although that has changed, it's great to just like point out that you did some research and you have something in mind, because we don't really want people to be like, oh, I don't know, I don't really, we want you to see, like, we want you to care, and we want you to really be interested and passionate.
For sure, yes, definitely. I totally agree with Julia. My situation was a bit different because I'd never been to the college before. I actually decided to come here and then directly come to the school year. But so when I did the job in the college interview, I did it through Skype, and the interview went pretty smoothly because yes, like Julia, I did my homework. I totally know for sure what I'm interested in, activities, student orgs, majors that I'm totally going for them, and all those types of questions that I already prepared and will be ready to ask the interviewers anytime when yeah. So I still remember this one very tricky question that I was asked, which is if you are able to go to the college, which spot or which building in the college that you'll visit first. And because I've never been to the college before, it's very tricky. But because I also did my homework, I know for sure that this is the newest building in the college, and that is the most innovative room, and those the Bell Tower and the Knudsen Tech Center, which is a very cool center in the campus. So those are very helpful things that I keep in mind and help me to answer those tricky questions.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in today. And if you have any other questions, you can email us or you can ask in the comments below.
And we'll also post a PowerPoint with all the questions and everything we basically went through, all the bullet points, on our Facebook account as well. So we can check that out.
Yes. Awesome. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Bye.